This is an open letter from God. That's what it's titled, an open letter from God. Dear children, we don't do this often. It's usually you that rants, that confesses of pranks that went out of hand, but here we are at the cusp of an apocalyptic race. And I confess, God, I confess that I messed up, partially. But I also confess, dear children, that I made you such difficult, complex fellows to walk this earth without a manual. It's better late than ever, though. Here we have my own beginner's guide on being human. I call it Being Human 101. Lesson 1. Thou shalt not run anyone over. Thou shalt not discriminate. Thou shalt not cast another caste aside or bend the bones of one gender just because they're not slender enough or macho enough or hairy enough or simply not enough. Lesson 2. Please use thy brain. I made you with one, right? It's in the textbooks, really. And this little fellow called Darwin explained quite clearly that the ability to think is what makes you human, mostly. All those who mock those that are gay do not think straight at all. And all those people, before they catcall, need not think of the fall of their mother, daughter, aunt, sister, or neighbor. Just that must a person harbor love only for those he or she knows, and all the others are practice for the tongue to pronounce words like sluts or hoes. I mean, hate is a miserable word disguised as a self-righteous prose. Children, if you need a new commandment to understand this lesson, let there be one. Thou shalt be good to fellow humans. There you have it. Before you scream and shout that smite them, oh mighty smiter, let all the rapists and sadists and murderers, let them burn in hellfire. Let me tell you, you're usually the one that asks the questions. I seldom ask. So children, let me ask you, tell me, oh humans, what goes on inside of that head that hurts children and animals, keeping them neither alive nor dead? Tell me, you ought to tell me. God commands you, tell me. What part of humankind is alive when you're neither human nor kind, just some shallow space and half a mind? That brings me to lesson 3. Lesson 3. Thou shalt be inclusive. Not sexist, not chauvinist, not racist, and definitely not the wrong definition of a feminist. Oh, God has been updated with the dictionary, even the Urban Dictionary, to know the difference between feminism and feminazism. So children, perhaps you must know the difference as well. Perhaps you must know that differences are what creates walls and wars. War is forming borders upon lines of bodies that were bombed. Children, it is necessary to know to be inclusive. You are not my sole creation. Remember that you're not the central focus of the universe. I made you with a billion other things, so insignificant in the vastness of the universe, yet significant enough to be a part of a verse, to be a part of my verse. All of you might not have faith in me, but I have faith in you. I have faith in you to tell you that you want a miracle, son? Be the miracle. Be the race that knows of dark corners, deep waters. Be the race that knows of sharp edges and tall ledges. Be the race that knows that when you take a leap, you can also fall. Be the race that knows to be human in spite of it all. This is the end of my open letter, but I think there's one question that I might as well answer that says, God, what's up? It's the heavens, my dear. I'd like to say it's the heavens, but let me confess, I might want to rename it to Paradise City, where the grass is green and the angels are pretty. Thank you.